here.
You never did say who you needed to meet with. What in the world are you doing here?
It's really important that you believe that. I owe it all to you.
ABC 7. This is Eyewitness News.
Israeli forces preparing for a possible ground war in Gaza, urging residents to evacuate in less than 24 hours.
Here at home, law enforcement agencies on alert after Hamas calls for worldwide protests over the ongoing conflict in Israel and Gaza.
And we're learning more about a massive warehouse fire in Irwindale where 4 people were killed. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ellen Leyva.
And I'm Philip Palmer in for Colleen Sullivan. You're watching Eyewitness News at 3 o'clock. We're live on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. Airstrikes continue in Gaza as Israel moves forward with attacks on Hamas targets.
30,000 have already been killed on both sides, with thousands more hurt. Israel is warning those living in Gaza to evacuate and move south. ABC's Inez de la Catera has the latest as tensions mount over a possible ground offensive by Israel.
Tensions mounting amid the prospects of a ground offensive as Israel continues its airstrikes in Gaza. Israeli forces gathering at the border with Gaza. Officials urging residents of Gaza City to evacuate their homes and move south. The IDF saying it wants to avoid harming civilians.
We are going to destroy Hamas infrastructures, Hamas headquarters, Hamas military, and take this phenomena out of Gaza and out of thereof.
Israel's retaliatory strikes coming in response to Saturday's attack by Hamas terrorists. Men, women, and children brutally murdered, others taken hostage.
We're making sure Israel has what it needs to defend itself and respond to these attacks.
According to the IDF, Israeli special forces have already carried out raids inside Gaza, trying to locate hostages, but their presence not part of a possible ground offensive. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have already been driven from their homes. Gaza now without power, water, food, or medicine. Hamas is telling Gaza residents to stay where they are.
This is the calm before the great disaster, where thousands of people started to displace to the southern part of the Gaza Strip, thinking it will be a safer place for them.
Preventing
We're doing that, engaged with Israel.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken has also said preventing a new front from opening up continues to be a focal point of his meetings. Meanwhile, the White House says President Biden has spoken to the families of the 14 Americans still unaccounted for. Inez de la Catera, ABC News, Tel Aviv, Israel.
And law enforcement agencies in Los Angeles and other U.S. cities are increasing their patrols over fears of violence spurred by the war in Israel.
And it's not just government agencies keeping watch for potential problems. Eyewitness News reporter Christian Cordero joins us now live in Hancock Park, where one private security firm is seeing a surge in business. Christian.
Yeah, Philip and Ellen, more than 700,000 Jewish people live in LA County. The few blocks around where I am right now off of La Brea has one of the highest concentrations of Orthodox Jews in the United States. And so for them, and really for everybody who is gripped by what is happening in the Middle East, the volatility hits home. LA's Jewish communities are reinforcing a sense of security today after reports indicate a former Hamas leader called for a day of anger. The LAPD and Sheriff's Department are among the law enforcement agencies that stepped up their presence amid the threats, although they have found no credible ones targeting Southern Californians. The ambiguity leaves much to the imagination. Too much for Rabbi Yossi.
At my kids' schools, parents said, we're not sending our kids, we don't feel it's safe. And so I told them I'd volunteer to stand outside the school for the first half of the day if that means they're going to send their kids to school. That's not something that we see normally here.
He founded the private security nonprofit Maganam 7 years ago. This past week has tested him more than ever, with an increase of calls asking for help protecting schools and synagogues, clouded by the constant reminder of the trauma unfolding half a world away.
There's two parts to the trauma, right? One part of the trauma is everybody being in a deeply emotional state and needing to get together as a community, and now with the threat being told it's not safe to get together as a community.
He plans to do just that this weekend for Shabbat, a day he hopes he can take to rest.
The pro-Palestinian community, the pro-Israel community, everybody should feel safe, and it would be amazing if we could come together and actually have a real communication and try to solve the problem. Golda Meir said that we can't have peace until they love their children more than they hate ours.
We know SAG-AFTRA canceled its picketing today in light of the increased potential for violence unrelated to their ongoing strike. We're live in Hancock Park. I'm Christiane Cordero, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Christiane, thank you. ABC News will have more on the potential ground war in Gaza. That's coming up in a live edition of World News Tonight with David Muir at 3:30. That is right after Eyewitness News.
House Republicans once again have chosen a leader just one day after the first nominee for Speaker took himself out of the running. Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio has been nominated during internal voting by members of the GOP. But it could be an uphill battle for him to win the speakership. His nomination comes less than 24 hours after Steve Scalise announced that he was dropping out of the race. Jordan is a hardline conservative backed by former President Donald Trump. He will need 217 votes in a divided Congress to win the nomination.
Time for a check of the day's weather. Danny Romero is here. He has your AccuWeather forecast, and it's beautiful, Danny, but it's going to get warm.
Yeah, certainly we're looking at things over Southern California. They're going to be on the warmer side heading into the week.